Hi, welcome or welcome back. My name is Anna and I'm the maker behind Crafter Hands. And I'm coming to you from the beautiful Dominican Republic. Today is the 5th of January 2024. We are already in 2024. And I have not taken my Christmas decorations because I'm Latin. And tomorrow we have Wise Men Day or Reyes Magos for those who speak Spanish and English, and we don't take the tree until that happens. So by Monday or Tuesday, everything's gonna be down, but I wanted to have one last video with that. As you can see, I have a big pile of knits, so let's talk about my review of 2023 knits. I'm gonna start with this one. I cannot show it still because it's a test knit and it's not been out, but I have one shawl here, and I love the construction. It's almost like a shaker. It's not a basket weave, but it's a shaker design, and it's very lovely. I'm just waiting for the designer to give the okay so I can show it to you. I'm gonna show you two things that are either gonna be frog or gifted, and I'm already sure about that. So the first one's gonna be frog. This is beach cover up made in natural cotton in DK, and it's too heavy to use for the beach, and I think I did it in it's too dense, and since it's too dense, I think it's about 500 grams for a beach cover up. I don't think it's worth it, so this one's gonna get frogged, and maybe it's gonna get to be like a bag. I have this one here that I made either at the beginning of 2023 or last year, and it's from 2 of 1s, and this is one of my favorite beach bags because it's all over like that, eyelets all over, so no sand gets stuck in it. I have to mend it, that's why I have it here. Well, this is the wrong side anyways, but I have to mend it because I have some loose ends. But this is this is called, I think it's Portofino set. It's from 2 of 1s. You can find it in her blog, and it's free pattern. Then we have this one. This one's called the Elevato sweater, and it's from, this is a kit that I bought at Lion Brand, and I think it's twisted comfy cotton or comfy cotton something. It's acrylic and cotton, but it's made in pieces. So you make the front, then you make the back, and you seam it in the side, and I think I did a pretty good job, if I do say so myself. But it's not as oversized as I would have liked it, and I have a niece, and she's shorter than me and smaller than me, and I think she's gonna enjoy it more, and she lives in Canada, so every time I give her something, she really wears it, so she's very knit worthy. So that's going to Sophia. Well, let's talk about this one. This is my Faye summer top. If you've seen my videos before, you know that this took about 2 years to finish. Not because it took that long to knit, but because it's one of those patterns that I have to be next to the pattern to knit it. It has lots of changes in every row, so it's not something portable for me, and I do a lot of knitting in the car, waiting outside of the office between meetings and things like that, and this one requires a lot of attention. It's very well designed. It's by Irene Lin, and the only thing that I don't really love, it's really oversized, and I'm not usually someone that uses like tight pants or tight skirts, and when you have something that's oversized, then you have to have something that's slightly more fitted to your body. So I'm looking for something else, something to buy, like slimmer pants or maybe a pencil skirt that I can wear with it, so I look a little slimmer and not a little bigger. But It's very well constructed. The design's very nice. I love it. I've said it at least 101 times. I've said it to anybody who has asked. I love this sweater. It's such a simple construction, but I love it. I really, really, really do love it. And this is the Stripe Hype by Veronica Limber. And she goes by Kuto Bakika. And let me tell you, this is one of the best designs that I've done. She gives you instructions. I had no trouble at all, not picking stitches, not everything was exactly as she said it would be. And she even has a trick for when you have to pick up the shoulders to start the front. I love it. This is made in Katia Memphis. It has 6 colors. The cream, which is the basic color, then this caramel or camel one, then navy blue, gray, dark brown, and blue. It has this detail and this detail, and I made the size medium, I think. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I've used it at least 6 times, and I finished it in December. Love it, love it, love it. This is my Tesoro by Isabel Kramer. I have talked about this. I had a little difficulty with her gauge and my gauge, and after I made this one, I had to change needle sizes. I usually don't have to do that. This is the first time I've done it. I think this is the only time I did it in 2023. It was with Isabel Kramer, but now I know that I have to have bigger needles than she does. And I did this, I believe this is the size small. I'm gonna make another one of this in cotton in size medium, taking into account that her gauge and my gauge are different. So I'm gonna make a gauge swatch, and I want to make one in cotton because the construction is very good. The pattern is very well written. It's just that this is 100% merino, and it's a little tight around here. So when something's a little tight with the raglan, what happens is it goes up and bubbles here, and I feel like sometimes I've been choking. So every time I put it on, and I tend to stretch it a little with vapor, with steam. Sorry, vapor in Spanish. With steam before I put it on. This is the Summer Canoe by Elizabeth Judith, and I made this twice. This is my small size, and I made this with about 300 grams of Katia Memphis, which is 100% cotton in decay. And I feel like this is like 1 inch, maybe an inch and a half shorter than I would have wanted it. So I made a second one in Katia New Cancun. I didn't bring it, but Katia New Cancun is heavier. It's a heavier decay, and I did it in a medium, and that one is too loose for my taste. I use it a lot with shorts for going to the beach and things like that, but it's not something that I use as much like for errands and things like that, because I feel like it's too boxy. Like I have no curves. I feel like a rectangle with it. This one is a representation. I made this one in 2022, but I made a blue one and a gray one, exactly like this one. This is also Katia Memphis, which is DK. This is 250 grams, and this is the original size with I think size 7 needles. And I love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. I use it at least twice a month, all year round. The other two were just 200 grams, were a little bit shorter than this one. So one went to my son's girlfriend, and the other one went to my my niece Sophia, which is the same person that's gonna get the bateau. She's a petite. She's really petite. I think I call her my ballerina princess because I'm petite. I'm 5'3" and well, I used to be petite. I'm 5'3". I'm about 145 pounds right now, so I'm not that petite right now. But she's way thinner and smaller than me, so everything that's a little short on me, it's perfect for her. This is my Rick Morty, and this is Katia New Cancun. You can see the difference. This is also a decay, but Katia New Cancun is 50% cotton, 50% acrylic, and this one is also very boxy. I made this one in size medium because there was not such a great difference between the medium and the small. And I thought, well, I'd rather it be a little large and not a little small. But I'm gonna remake this one in Katia New Cancun sometime. I don't know when. It's not in my Make 9 for this year, but I do use it a lot. It's very comfortable. It's very wearable because of the color and because I can, since it's cotton and acrylic, I can throw it in the wash in delicate mode, and it's a-okay. This one is one of my repeat knitting patterns of the year. This is also Katia New Cancun. I have one in dark green, which is this one that I did at the beginning of the year. And this is one of the things that I do. This is Knit Picks Lindy Chain, color Ivy, fingering weight, 250 grams. And this is the same absolute pattern as this one. And this one is a decay. Let me see if you can see the difference. It's not that much of a difference. Let me see. No, it's almost the same thing. This pattern I love because you can, even though it's designed, I think it's designed for, is it designed for sport or decay? I'm gonna put it here, I'm not sure. But I've done it in fingering and I've done it in decay, and I love both of them. I love both of them. I use them a lot. The other pattern that I've done that is this one. This is the Easy Eyelet. Easy Eyelet Joke Light by Knit Attitude. Her name is Chantal. And I know this one is in English and it's in Spanish because I talked to her about this one. This one is in fingering, in Lindy Chain. I think this is the original one. Also in Lindy Chain. And this one is in Katia New Cancun. It's the same exact design. This one's a little more dense, but it's the same size, the same needle. And this one is Katia New Cancun, which is DK, 50% cotton, 50% acrylic. So if you want a pattern that you can really work with easily, this one is one. This one is one of my favorite ones. I mean, it's obvious, right? I already have 3, and I'm not considering stopping anytime soon. This one, it's like a workhorse. I can put it on under a jacket or a blazer or with jeans. I can go out in the weekend with it. I can go to the office with it. It's one of my favorite things that I've knit in 2023. Another favorite, another one that's going to be repeated sometime in the future. Not right now, but sometime in the future. Oh, shoot. I have a loose end here. Let me just put it inside. I'm gonna fix that one. Yeah. This one is my Alice Creek, and it's from the Bernal Warm Weather collection, and I found it. You can find it as Alice Creek in Raverly, but if you have Amazon Prime or Kindle Unlimited, it's on Kindle Unlimited as Bernal Warm Weather Knit Collection. You can find it. You can find all the details in in a previous video, and I'm sure I put everything there, even the link. And this is a size medium, and it's made in color blue in Lindy chain by Knit Picks. I have a yellow Lindy chain. I think it's called turmeric, and I'm debating. I think I want one either in yellow or I have a red. I almost never use red, and last year I bought 2 different yarns in red, which is very weird in me. This is the Woolly Cute scarf, and this is such a nice knitting, relaxing thing. You can use it open and you can use it folded, and it takes about two skeins of worsted weight, and I used silver, Lion Brand 24/7 and silver. And this is one of the things that I don't think I'm ever gonna gift away because it's so practical, even in my temperature. This is the eyelet scarf by the same designer, and the designer of the Woolly Cute is Kellen Kinnersley, and she goes by Knit With Me. And I made that one and this one, they were test knits, and I love it. I don't use this one so much because, as I've said like 100 times, I don't tend to use terracotta or reds or oranges. I'm more of a blue, greens, gray, black, cream. This is the festival sweater by Petite Knit, size medium. I made this with Lion Brand in the color whipped cream and chai latte. And I love this. I'm just gonna be able to use it maybe once or twice a year, but I have a nice seal box that I can put it in when I'm not able to use it because I love it. And if you love this one, you should see Doso Knits. She's a YouTuber and she made one in blue, and I think it's blue, like a dusty blue and cream or white, and I'm in love with hers. This one is my 3rd ranunculus of last year, and I made this one in black, and it's 3/4 sleeves with diagonal finish. No, the diagonal, like, yeah, the diagonal thing in the sleeve, and with I-cord. It's 300 grams of Katia Memphis in black, 100% cotton. I have left this one, and this is my Pebble shawl. I made this one with 2 skeins of Chroma Twisted by Knit Picks. I don't remember the color. I made this one to accompany my best friend. Her name is Griselda, and she made hers, so I made her this one. She lives in Puerto Rico, so we do knit along via Zoom or FaceTime. Sorry, I had a piece of fuss. And this one is my Dreas shawl. It's a little difficult to find. There's a website called Loops that you find it, but it's free pattern, so I can say you start with 3, then you go to the end and back, and you start here with another color. You come all the way here, and when you turn, you make 1 stitch, and the 2nd stitch you make an increase, and you're only going to make an increase in this side, so it's asymmetrical, and there's nothing else that you do. You just knit and knit and knit. It's the garter, and I made this in 24/7 DK. The color is blue stripes for the one that has like white and blue and a little pink, and the other one it's navy or midnight, I'm not sure. And this is 200 grams, and it's I think it's very big for two. Okay, so I also made 12, no, 14, 14 baby hats, 10 wash or dishcloth. I use them as washcloth for my nieces and nephews. They wash themselves, they bathe with, they scrub themselves with that. And let me see, I did 10 knitted knockers for La Fundación Agujeta Solidaria, which I'm a volunteer at. I did one tote bag in crochet and two socks that I don't have here. One were shorty socks that I made for my mother-in-law. I gave it to her before Christmas, and I gave my husband socks for Christmas made by me. He had another gift, but I made him a pair of socks. He loves socks. So, and my kids, my sons, my kids, they're 22 and 20. My sons are the same size of my husband. So sometimes, even though he has like 33, 35 pairs, I believe in this house we have about 36 to 38 pairs of the same size socks, size 11 men. So even though I make them mostly for him, or the ones that I make in real like nice yarn are for him, my sons also go and take them for use sometimes. So that's everything for my year. It was about 40, I think about 42 pieces in total. I don't have most of them. I love giving gift for some people, the ones that are need worthy. And it was over 43 skeins. I'm sure it's over that. I mean, it's about 45, I think. No, 85. I'm sorry. It's over 83, 85, because I didn't take in account the socks. It's over 85 skeins of yarn that I used last year. If I kept up with about 80 skeins per year and I didn't buy anything, I would have no stash in 4 years. The thing is, we always buy something because yarn's pretty, cotton's pretty, and it's part of the things that inspire us. My main goal for 2024 is, one, to participate in the Make 9 2024. I'm forgetting her name, but I'm gonna put the name. She's a very nice YouTuber, and I follow her, and it's an inspirational knit along. So it's if you don't make them all, it's okay. You just plan it, participate, and enjoy yourself in that community. That's one thing. The second thing is I'm starting to put my whole inventory in Raverly, because I use a database that I created in Notions. But this way I can match what I want to do with the yarn that I have in stash, and maybe that would help me use more of my yarns instead of buying more. And if I want to buy, I'm gonna buy it. I'm not gonna do a ban. I just would like to use more of, I want more coming out than going in. If I have any deficit between the number I'm starting with and the number I finish with, I'm gonna be happy. Just because sometimes we get very into the buying yarn hobby, which is part of our community, and we buy faster than we make things. I don't wanna get rid of any of my yarn. I love everything that I've bought. I'm not taking into consideration that I have a lot of little scraps, not whole skeins. I'm never sure how to. I don't have a lot of whole skeins of acrylic anymore, but I'm planning on using some of that acrylic to make blankets for, sometimes you're watching TV. We have AC here. We have an air conditioner, so sometimes we're watching TV and we want to throw something, cuddle with a little blanket or something, and that way it's very washable. and I'm not buying a lot of acrylic, but whatever I have, I don't think I have one that's 100% the whole skein. So I'm not taking any of that into consideration when I give my 2024 starting numbers, which hopefully, if I'm making one of this sweater, this is the autumn leaf pullover, and I love it. I've made it for myself. This is the size extra small. Then I made my husband the large. I made my youngest son one that started as a large, but I had to adapt a little bit because he's not as he's thinner than my husband, but my husband is 6'3". My youngest son is 6'1", and I'm making my oldest son the size medium with a little bit of a longer. It's not a big modification, I think. This is the gray color. Then my son has my youngest son has the dark gray, and my youngest son is getting the indigo. So as soon as I finish my youngest son autumn leaf pullover, it's gonna be my fourth. Oh yes, I made one of this for my youngest son last year. So there's one of this in a size larger that I didn't show, and I didn't show the 2 socks, and I didn't show the knitted knockers and the baby hats because they're already left the house. So as soon as I can finish my son's autumn leaf pullover and I make the final tune-up to my inventory, I will be making my first video of officially about 2024 plans and how I organize my knitting time, so that, because I'm not a monogamous knitter, so that if I start something, I don't usually like that thing to linger too much, because I lose interest if it lingers too much. So how do I work 4 to 6 projects at the same time, or almost at the same time? I always give priority 1, priority 2, priority 3, and that way, in what I work on this week, maybe it's not the same thing as what I work next week, but I'm going to talk a lot more about it in my next video. I hope you have a wonderful, brilliant, peaceful 2024, and I hope to see you all very soon. Bye. Hi, Editing Anna here. I found this one, and I remember I made 3 onesies also, so I believe my number of skeins used is a little bit more than, I believe that the skeins I use are a little bit more than what I thought they were. My number is a little higher. This one is from a video tutorial in Spanish. It's called Una oveja en las nubes. I can link it, and I have 2 others, and the other 2 were from a pattern originally in Portuguese, and the pattern in English, it's not as good, but the one in Spanish, it's good enough. So just so you know, I also made 3 onesies. Bye.